All right, so I got a story I'd like to present to you because this is something I feel strongly. Not because I'm from New Orleans.
Oh,
but I feel like this is a story that I found on Reddit, of course, and this is labeled AITA for our purposes. Am I the bad guy? And it's titled, "Is it weird / sketchy to drink at Disneyland at 10:45 a.m.?" Okay, and so this is how the post goes.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, because I know we have thoughts.
what is he drinking? Yeah, I need to know.
I don't know. Let's see.
Inquiring minds want to know.
And he says, "I just grabbed a beer at the Carl Strauss stand in San Francisco and promptly received a nasty comment from another guest. Am I the bad guy for drinking so early in the day?" he asked. To be completely honest, it hadn't struck me as weird, but in hindsight, maybe it's a little weird. This place is for kids / families after all, and my wife and I are here enjoying a 10:45 a.m. beverage, child-free. Having said all that, Disney happily took my $17.
There you go.
Yes, they did.
Disney will happily take any money you want to give them.
It doesn't matter what time of day.
Bad guy or not,
That's
your
right.
cash is king.
So he asked, what do you all think? Is he the bad guy?
I think the person that judged him is the bad guy.
I would agree on that. I mean, who are you to judge?
Yeah.
As Jimmy Buffett, rest in peace, says, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But whoever came up with these rules is like, it's too early to drink. I want to know what your reasoning for that, because I think that's a load of bullshit. It's ridiculous. It's like I don't quite understand it. And yes, to disclose we are from New Orleans, I have strong feelings about this because it doesn't matter when you have a freaking drink.
No.
I mean, liquor is liquor. It doesn't really do anything. If you're living in whatever prohibition ages, then so be it. Whatever. Well, you're going to think what you're going to think.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care what you drink when you drink it. Why are you a bad guy for doing that?
Why do you care what I'm drinking?
Exactly.
Right.
Why do you care so much? What does it matter to you?
The mimosa was invented for a reason.
That's what I was
Or
saying.
the milk punch or the Bloody Mary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Espresso martini. All of those are considered. Now, okay, beer, maybe not so much in that grouping, but 10:45. I mean, the park's open at what, 8 a.m.?
Hey, I got to think in Germany, I mean, they're having beer. I mean, beer is basically a meal in and of itself.
Right.
Yeah.
I stopped drinking beer because there's so many calories. So if you're going to drink beer early that morning, good for you, because you're going to burn that shit off
Right.
when you're walking through the parks.
Maybe that guy had a wheat deficit problem that day. And
wheat
needed
deficit.
He needed a beer.
Beer with his Wheaties?
Yeah. This is the drink of champions.
But if the park opens at 8 a.m., he probably got up at 6 a.m., so he's probably out and about for about 5 or 6 hours. I mean, breakfast is long over. This is like lunchtime.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a beer at lunch.
No.
8 a.m. if you had a beer, I'm not going to judge, but boy, that's heavy.
It is.
Give me a milk punch, give me a Bloody Mary, and I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was in England. It didn't really matter. I had my English breakfast with a beer, room temperature beer. Temperature them is cold. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't understand these rules, and maybe the weekends in other parts of the states or the country can explain it to me. Because as an Orleanian, that's very foreign to me.
Well, it's simple, right? He's on vacation. If he was
Childless vacation.
Yeah,
him and his wife.
I was getting to
Childless,
that.
yes.
He doesn't have any children.
Yes.
So, I mean, he's not responsible for anyone's safety. So if that man wants to have a beer on the vacation that he paid for, he ain't a bad guy to me.
Nope.
Sounds like he's a natural guy.
You're like, I'd buy you a drink, whoever you are.
Probably figured like, hey, there's no line right here. Let me get this beer in while I can. That's a smart guy, you ask me.
Yeah, I don't think he's the bad guy.
No.
I don't think he's a bad guy at all.
No.
I think there's no issues with that. I'd be curious to know if there is an issue with it, why there's an issue with it.
And
Exactly.
Disney took his money. This is their environment.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, they could say, hey, sir, this is too early for you to have this beer. But they did. They said $17.50, please.
Oh, better yet, if this person had such an issue with it, why not get your ass over to guest relations and complain about them selling alcohol in the park before noon?
Right.
Or whatever time he thinks is suitable for the rest of the world to have a drink.
Exactly. He didn't land on the beer. The beer landed on him.
Assalamu alaikum.
That's right. In other words, the beer was out there to be bought.
You know what? Next time we go to Disneyland, I'm going to have a beer in honor of this dude in San Francisco.
At 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock. Actually, 8 o'clock for when they open, all the way to 10:45, just because.
Yeah,
So be it.
I'll work my way through it. But yeah.
And I'll eat all the food and all the corn dogs, and I'll be just fine.
There you go.
So verdict said, we all agree he's not the bad guy.
Not the bad
right?
guy.
He is, no.
In fact, I'm playing this clip because much love, brother.
Hey, I'm not the bad guy. I love you.
I love you for having that beer at 10:45.
I do
morning.
too.
I have no issue with that. if you were in Rachel's time zone, it would have been like 1 or 2 o'clock or something like that.
Very
I
nice,
can't
sir.
calculate
Yes.
right now.
You're
It's all good.
absolutely right.
Yes.
I also heard that this guy was running around shaming people for having pizza for breakfast.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, serving chilled red wine as opposed to being room temperature like it should be. I mean, this guy has been all over making sure
Wow.
that thing.
He is the drinking police.
Yeah, I was gonna
They-
say he's the comment police.
the
Like,
appropriate police.
I better not run into this person on my vacation.
No
I mean, like,
burritos
unless-
at 5 a.m.
right?
Don't wear white after Labor Day when this guy's around.
That's right.